think I'm live? Why does this always happen? All right, so if I'm live and someone can see me, please let me know. I don't know why this happened. This almost didn't happen. I went live before, so there's like a 5-second clip before I lost connection. So this is the stop short circuiting live at 5. And, oh, thank you. All right, I think I got a comment. Becky, thank you so much. Rhonda, hi, thank you, Becky. Okay, so we're live. I'm telling you, every week it's something. You think I've been doing this for years, and it's every week. All right, so this is the live at 5. Stop short circuiting. I'm glad we all made it. Thank you very much for dealing with my technical issues, and I just want to say thanks for showing up tonight, because what a hell of a week, the week of Christmas, and there's just so much going on. So Marusha, Quinn, hiya, how are you doing? Whew, what a day. I still look forward to this time. Yeah, I'm home with a baby all day long, so I know I'm not talking to you one-on-one, but it still feels like I'm talking to people, and it's just really nice to connect with other people after being home with the baby all day long. I try to get out as much as possible, except I didn't try at all today because it was like 24 degrees, and packing me up, packing him up, I was like, no, we're just gonna stay in. So this is the live at 5, where we're going to be talking about short circuiting. And last week I did the lemon water and the celery juice. That was step 1 in the protocol, the starve, kill, detox protocol. That's step 1. We're going to be talking about step 2 today. So if you're new to the group, the name of the group is Minding Your Soul. The name of the coaching program is Path to Healing. It's a 4-month coaching program. It opens up a couple times a year. The next one will probably be February. And in that, in Minding Your Soul, in the group, and in Path to Healing, we discuss the Starve, Kill, Detox protocol. That's the name of the protocol that we use in this group. It's mainly based on the medical medium information, but it's also based on information that I've come across on my own, healing myself for the last 14 years. I was diagnosed in 2004 with MS, and I was paralyzed and in a wheelchair within a few years. And I found very little information out there about the possibility of healing, even that you could heal. And all the doctors that I talked to, even my own doctor, my neurologist, said, Janine, just be happy nobody dies from MS and you only have MS. And I'm going, Dr. Ravel, I can't walk. I have 2 kids. And he's like, yeah, well, it could be worse. It could be cancer. I'm like, oh. So I worked on healing myself through the information I could find, solely based on this intuition that I had that my body wasn't attacking itself. I didn't know if I was right. I just felt like my body wasn't attacking itself, that it was attacking something. So I treated my body like it had a fungus, a virus, a bacteria, and I slowly started to heal. I did get my walking back. I got better. I still had the brain fog. I would still go down around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Still the numbness and the tingling. Forget the toes on my right foot. They were gone. Wasn't until 2015 when the medical medium released his first book, and he spoke the way I thought. He spoke and said, your body's not attacking itself, it's attacking a virus. This is the name of the virus, the Epstein-Barr virus, and this is how it's attacking. So what I did was I just consumed all the information that I could possibly get from him, from that first book. So from 2015, I started doing what he said in the book about the celery juice, the lemon water. By 2016, all of my symptoms were gone. And then in 2019, 18, I started coaching people for free, saying, I think this works. Do you want to try it? And they tried it and it was working. So I slowly made a business out of it. Now, I never... excuse me, I never wanted to make a business out of holding information hostage and saying, give me your money and I'll teach you how to heal yourself. No, I'm going to give you all of the information so that if you want to heal yourself on your own, you don't have to pay any money for it. And every business coach that I've ever talked to has said, oh, you're never going to have a business based on that. You can't give it all away for free. You got to hold something back. No, I'm not. This information needs to be taught in schools. We have to know how to heal ourselves, right? I'll make money through people wanting my time. If you want to do coaching with me, if you want to heal with a community of people and do it all together and kind of accelerate the process because we're all doing it together, getting together every week, using the body, the mind, and the soul to heal, great, then we'll do that. But every week in Minding Your Soul and the Live at 5, I'm going to give you more information, all of the information, chunk by chunk, every Wednesday. This is we started over again. So all of the videos are the whole Starve, Kill, Detox protocol. So, and then we just start over again. So last week was the first one, module 1. Today we're going to be talking about module 2. And that is the short circuiting. Why is the short circuiting happening? Oh, hi everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. Can I see the comments? I see up to Marge. Marge, hi, thanks for joining in. All right, let's get started, and then I'll go to the comments on my phone. Can I see the comments? There we go. They're on my phone. Let me put my volume down. Okay, so now I can see. If you guys have questions, just put them in the comments, and from time to time when I need a break from thinking and talking, I'll check the comments and answer the questions. But thanks for being here. All right, so why are we short-circuiting? What the hell is going on? Why isn't the signal from leaving our brain and getting all the way down to our toes or our legs, or why are we tingling? So the reason is because of the heavy metals in our body. The signal is leaving your brain, and let's say it's heading for the toes on your right foot. What's happening is they're telling us that it's hitting a scar, and that could be so too. It is hitting a scar, but there's many reasons why that scar is there, and it's not the only reason why the scar is not why the signal is not making it to where it needs to go. So let's first talk about the scars. And another word for scars is lesions, but I find that word to be extremely scary because, oh, we have lesions. It reminds me of like leprosy from the Bible. They're not lesions, they're just scars. You know how we have the myelin in our bodies, right? The myelin coats the nerves, kind of like a phone cord. So you know our phone cords, the wires are inside of this phone cord. The signals are going through the wires that are inside of this phone cord. On the outside, let's say that's the myelin, that's the rubber coating that's protecting all of those wires and allowing the signal to go from your brain all the way to your toes. Your myelin is set up as not a cord like this, but picture white Tic Tacs all in a row, and the signal jumps along those Tic Tacs and gets to where it needs to go. Tic Tacs and gets to where it needs to go. You know, I watch a lot of TikTok. So when we have a scar, the signal's going, hits the scar and goes, I can't go any further because the myelin is helping to conduct that electricity, and when it hits the scar, it's no longer conducting. So that's where it stops. It either stops, but then where does that energy go? That's a bunch of energy, electrical current running through. Where does it go? It goes like this, because it doesn't have another pathway to go. So if you're ever feeling electrical shocks, I used to call it lightning bolts in my stomach, and the doctors would say, wow, that's really weird. I don't know why you're feeling that. Well, now we know, because the signal is traveling through, hits the scar, and the electrical current dissipates through our body. Those are those like random shocks that we feel that take us down to, well, it took me down to my knees. So how do these scars happen? Well, they say, well, it's your MS, right? Your MS is attacking, your immune system is attacking. And that's why it's called autoimmune, because your immune system is automatically, wrongly attacking your myelin. That's not true. And thanks to the medical medium, we now know that it's not true. Now, I don't just go reading books and going, oh my God, here's some information for me to repeat. No. Everything that I learned from the medical medium, I tested out on myself, and he's right, and it explains all of the things that have happening in my life. And then when I go and I say to people, hey, listen, I think this works, let's try it out, it all makes sense and it all works and people are healing. So I bring you the information because I've tested it all out on myself. These electrical shocks that I used to get as a child are now explained. So there's a number of reasons why the signal that leaves our brain and heads, let's say, down to our toes, isn't reaching. One of them is the scars that are on our myelin. How do those scars get there? Okay, so let's tackle that first. So here you have really nice, healthy myelin. Well, if you live on this planet, you're going to come in contact with heavy metals. They're all over the place. They're in the air, they're in our food, they're just in the environment. We come in contact with them. I noticed this the other day. My toilet bowl, not the other day, a while ago, but my toilet bowl flusher, it's gold. And where you push down, the gold is rubbed off. It's down to the metal. Why is that? Where did that gold go? It went in your fingers. I absorbed that. Those are the heavy metals that I'm talking about. The stuff that we just accumulate in our bodies just by living on this planet. But don't worry, we have a liver to get rid of them. We have the processes in our body to get rid of those heavy metals, but we just need to know how to do it. That's what I'm going to teach you. But I want you to understand that it's not your MS that's attacking your myelin. What's happening is your immune system is protecting you the way it always has been. There's nothing that's automatically happening in your body. There's nothing that's wrongly programmed in your body. Your body has been doing exactly what it was designed to do since the day you were born. Protect you from viruses, illnesses, bacteria, fungus. So what happens in your body with these heavy metals? They like to live on the myelin. So the heavy metals reside on the myelin, right? What eats the heavy metals? What the food source for the virus? That is the reason why we have these symptoms, the Epstein-Barr virus. The virus loves to eat. It is a food source for the virus. Those heavy metals are a food source. In addition to the gluten, dairy, and eggs, the heavy metals are a food source for the virus. So you've got your myelin, you've got the heavy metals that like to live on the myelin, and then you've got the virus that goes, ooh, a metal, I can eat that. And it starts eating, right? It starts feeding on the heavy metals. Your immune system goes, hey, fucker, you're not supposed to be there. And it goes and it attacks the virus. What's happening now is all of this is going on your myelin. You've got your immune system attacking the virus. The virus is eating the heavy metals. The heavy metals is eroding and inflaming your myelin, right? So what's going to happen here after your immune system gets done attacking the virus right here? The heavy metals are still going to be there, right? And there's still going to be inflammation. And now it's eating through, everything is eating through this nice rubbery coating. And your body's trying to protect itself, so it scars it over. That's the scar. That's the reason why you have the scar, because the heavy metals are on it, the virus is eating the heavy metals, your immune system is attacking the virus, all of that is going on the rubber myelin, creating the scars. Now, when the signal leaves your brain and goes down here, and remember, it's not a wire like this, the myelin, it's actually like those tic-tacs along the way. The signal's jumping through, hits the scar and goes, ugh, okay, I need to take plan B, because your body always is going to take every route possible to get that signal to where it needs to go. It's not just going to hit the scar and stop. But that's what's happening in our bodies sometimes. Why? Because it takes a lot of resources and a lot of energy for your body to create a new pathway, a detour around the scar. It absolutely can create that detour, but if your body is too tired from fighting a virus 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, it's going to hit that scar and it's going to go, fuck, I'm too tired, I can't do that, and it's just going to stop. And that's why you don't have feeling in your toes, in your arms. That's the drop foot. That's why the signal's not getting through, because it's getting stuck and your body is too tired to create the detour. So we have to get our bodies in a state where the signal is going through, it encounters a scar and it goes, oh, okay, I can't go that way, let me create the detour, and it just goes around. The way that I have proven that this is going on in my body and now in the body of my clients is because I never understood, before I came into contact with a medical medium, when I started healing and I got my legs back, I thought, okay, great, I have my legs back, I'll always have my legs back now, I'm healing. Whenever I would get sick, whether it be a cold or something as bad as the flu, I'd lose my legs. I'd always lose my legs, and I wouldn't be able to walk until I started getting better. And I never understood. I'm like, what the hell is going on? How come every time I get sick, I can't walk again? And of course, you go through that mindfuck of, oh my God, I'm never going to walk again. This is the way it is. No. Every time I got better from the cold or the flu, my legs would come back. What's going on? I now know that while my body was creating that detour, if I were to get sick, my body's like, no, I can't. I'm too busy fighting over here, fighting this virus, or whether it's the Epstein-Barr virus, the flu virus. I'm too busy. I'm too tired. I can't take the detour. So then it would stop and I wouldn't have feeling in my legs. And then as I came across the medical medium information and started with the celery juice and started healing 100%, I was so afraid of getting sick again. But when I did, I never lost my legs again. Now I can get sick and not lose my legs. I don't even lose feeling. I don't even get the tingles anymore. And the reason is because that detour that my body created around the scar, it's no longer a detour. It's now the primary route. My body, even if it is fighting the flu virus, it still has enough energy to go around the scar because it has become the primary route. It is no longer getting stuck on that scar. That's what happens in our body when we heal. Your body doesn't go, oh, I can't do it that way. All right, I guess I'm not going to do it. No, it's always in homeostasis. It's always in a state of healing. So there's a plan B for that root. There's a plan C. There's a plan D. Your body's just going to keep, like, if you get a cut, you're never going to not heal. Your body's always going to heal as long as you give it the resources to heal. So let's go back to the heavy metals, because that's what we're talking about. The reason for the short circuiting is the heavy metals in our body. The heavy metals are feeding the virus. Yes, the gluten, the dairy, and the eggs are feeding the virus too. And that is something very easy that we can give up, that we can control, that goes into our body, right? We don't have to eat gluten, dairy, or eggs. We don't have to feed the virus. But let's say you've gone gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, and you're like, all right, I'm still having symptoms, and they're not as bad. But why am I still having symptoms? Because the virus is still in your body, and the virus still has a food source. That food source is the heavy metals that reside all over your body. It's your job to get rid of the heavy metals. Now, 100 years ago, through the foods that we ate and everything that we put inside of our body and consumed, that's what our bodies needed to get rid of all of the shit that we came in contact with in the environment, and our bodies just got rid of it. We have a liver, we have kidneys, we're able to process all of the crap. But what's happening now in the last couple of decades, since actually the 1970s, the onslaught of chemicals that we're coming in contact with is greater, and the nutrients in our food is lower than it was before. I know I talk about it a lot for the people who haven't heard it before. The UCLA study that was done in 1956, they took spinach from a plot of land in, I want to say California, and they tested the nutrient value of that one bowl of spinach, let's say. 1956. Woo, lots of nutrients. Awesome. They did the study again on the same plot of land in 1996, and what they found was it took 32 bowls of spinach to equal the nutrient content that was found in the one bowl of spinach from 1956. Same plot of land. So from 1956 to 1996, one bowl of spinach supplied so many nutrients that you would now in 1996 have to eat 32 bowls of in order to get the same number of nutrients in that one bowl in 1956. So that study was done 1956 to 1996. Can you imagine what the nutrient value would be in 2022, going on 2023? This is why our bodies are having such problems keeping up, because the chemical onslaught is so much greater than it ever was, and the nutrient value of our food is so much lower than it ever was. That's why we have to pay attention to what we're putting in our bodies and be very intentional that what we're putting in our bodies is actually getting out the crap. So last week when we talked about module 1, we talked about getting the body in that detox mode first, right? Because as we start to kill the virus, that dead virus is a toxin. It's a neurotoxin that's still going to give us symptoms. So what we have to do is get that detox process working first, get that liver to process everything out. So we do that first. Second, after you've been doing the lemon water and the celery juice for, I would say, about a month. I always say like between 3 and 4 weeks, because you want to know exactly how that celery juice is affecting your body, and you want to get that detox process working with the lemon water. So after about a month, you're like, all right, I got this. I know exactly how the celery juice is affecting me. I know how I feel. That's when you're going to add the heavy metal detox smoothie. The heavy metal detox smoothie is just a concoction of ingredients that all work together specifically as a team to gently pull out and safely all of the heavy metals from our body and get them out of our bodies. We're removing, every day we drink that heavy metal smoothie, we're removing more and more of the food source for the virus. So the heavy metal detox smoothie, you can just Google it. Medical medium heavy metal detox smoothie. It's his smoothie. Give him all the credit. It's bananas, wild blueberries, make sure that they're wild, spirulina, barley grass juice powder. Don't worry, barley, everyone hears barley and they're like, ah, that has gluten in it. It's the grass of the barley plants. It's not the grain that has the gluten in it. It's the grasses that have been juiced and powdered. So there's no gluten in the barley grass juice powder. The other ingredient is Atlantic dulse and in orange and cilantro. I always forget the cilantro because although I like cilantro, I hate it in the drink. So all of those ingredients in that smoothie work together as kind of like a team, like a football team. Some of those ingredients can pick up some heavy metals, and the other ingredients in the drink can pick up other heavy metals, and they all work together because they can pick these up and then they pass them along, and they pick these up, and they all work together to hold on to the metals and safely get them out of your body, as opposed to something like chlorella. Chlorella can pick up heavy metals and take them through your body, but what ends up happening is the chlorella eventually drops it, and it can't carry it out the rest of the way. So wherever those heavy metals are dropped in your body, we never know where, your body is now going to experience different symptoms because those heavy metals have been dropped in a different place. That's why it's important for that heavy metal smoothie, all of those ingredients work together to pick up and safely remove the heavy metals. Another very important thing to know about that drink, that heavy metal detox smoothie is what he calls it, is that it's so safe. I drank it the whole time I was pregnant, and the reason is because it bypasses your liver. It doesn't actually take these things through your liver, filter them out, and then get them out of your body. It actually uses your excretory systems and your lymphatic system, which is why in 2015, when I first started drinking the heavy metal detox smoothie, I broke out in pimples everywhere, because your lymphatic system is located directly underneath your skin. So as your body is using that lymphatic veins and system to get it out, it's right underneath your skin. So I broke out everywhere. So just know that if you do drink it and you break out in whiteheads or pimples everywhere, your body is getting rid of the heavy metals, and that's a good thing. Your urine might also stink, like really stink. I have a client right now, she's like, is this normal? I smell like an iron metals. I forgot what she said, but it was pretty funny. And yes, that is normal because it's using all of those systems, but it's bypassing your liver, so it's not going to gunk up your liver. Now, the heavy metal detox smoothie is very different from, let's say, the celery juice. You know how the celery juice is very, very strict. You have to drink it on an empty stomach. Don't dilute it in any way. Don't even add ice cubes. Drink it first thing in the morning after the lemon water. The heavy metal detox smoothie isn't like that. You can actually eat all of those ingredients in one day, all separately, and they're all going to work together. As long as you eat all of those ingredients within a 24-hour period, they're all going to work together. If you make the smoothie and you're like, you know what, I don't really like the taste, don't use the banana. Use mangoes or pineapples. Frozen pineapple chunks really get through the greeniness of that smoothie. And I think you're going to find just the way that smoothie comes, it tastes really good. It looks like death. It absolutely looks like death. It's so dark. It looks scary. And I'll tell you what, the first time I was like, oh God, I had to drink all of this? I didn't taste it yet. I just looked at it. I was like, this looks awful. And you're so pleasantly surprised when you drink it. I add extra orange juice because it sweetens it up, and it just makes it really good. And you can make it thinner or thicker, however you want it. I make it on the thinner side so I can just suck it down with a straw. Those heavy metals, you're going to get those heavy metals out. They're the other food source. Besides the gluten, the dairy, and the eggs, the heavy metals are the other food source. And there's no way that you can stop yourself from coming in contact with heavy metals, but that's okay. Your body is able to get rid of the heavy metals. It's just that right now, if you haven't been intentional about getting out the heavy metals and just relying on like healthy food, it's not enough. It's not enough anymore. It used to be, but it's not anymore with the nutrients, nutrient value. There's a word I'm looking for that I can't think of right now. The nutritional value of the food. I think that's what I'm looking to say. You just can't do it anymore. That's why we need these extra things. So I want to talk a little bit more though about the heavy metals and where they are in the body. Just remind me if I forget, because I always go to look at the comments and then I forget where I was going. I'm going for the heavy metals, what happens when the virus eats the heavy metals and poops them out. I know if I say that out loud, I'll be less likely to forget when I come back. I just want to check the comments and make sure I'm not missing any any questions? Let me just scroll back here. All right, Quinn, your immune system is protecting you. I fucking love that statement. He said that, but I second it. I do love that statement too. Made me feel all warm inside. We have been told for so long as MS patients, we have been told so long that we have an autoimmune disease and your body is wrongly attacking itself. And it's like body shaming, right? We're always meant to feel like, we're always made to feel like something's wrong with us. My God, my body is attacking itself. Like, why can't I just be like a normal person? Why can't my body just, do what it's supposed to do? Your body is doing what it's supposed to do. Your body has been protecting you from day one. It always has. There's nothing wrong with your immune system. There is no such thing as your MS. You have a virus. You have the Epstein-Barr virus, and what's happening is it's very well fed in your body, and so you're experiencing the symptoms. Now imagine the day, go back to the day that you were diagnosed with MS and everything that the doctor said to you. Do you remember that feeling of the death sentence? Oh my God, my kids, my husband, I just had my second child. Are you kidding me? And then they tell you about the bleak outlook. You're going to end up in a wheelchair. This is what could happen. And then you go home and you Google this shit and you read about it and you're like, oh my God, this is my life. What did I do? My God, what did I do in a past life to deserve this? Now, that might have been your experience. Maybe that was my experience. Now go back to the day that you were diagnosed and imagine this. The doctor walks in and he goes, okay, so-and-so. Well, we got all the results back from all the tests, and then we got some bad news for you. Looks like you have a virus. It's a very aggressive virus. So you're going to have to change the way you eat. You're going to have to drink a couple concoctions. And in a couple of months, you're going to be feeling better. And I would say in about 6 to 8 months, depending on how aggressive you go, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. We just got to get rid of this virus. So here's a protocol. I want you to take a couple months to incorporate it into your life, evolve into it. But once you do this, you'll kill the virus. Your symptoms will be gone. You'll be fine. Can you imagine if that was your experience instead of you have MS, you're going to end up in a wheelchair? Well, guess what? That's exactly what your diagnosis was. It was a virus. That's all it was. And they are now finally, the medical industry, are now finally saying, oh, it looks like there's a virus that's responsible for all autoimmune diseases. Finally, making my job a lot easier because I don't have to convince people anymore. I could just show them the studies in the medical industry that are saying, oh yeah, look, Epstein-Barr is responsible. So if you rewrite the story, go back to your original diagnosis and rewrite the story. Imagine the doctor saying, you have a virus. It's an aggressive one. Don't get me wrong, it's an aggressive one, but it's able to be killed. You have to be very strategic about it. You have to make sure that you do all the things all the time, but it absolutely can be killed. And then you'll go on living a normal life and you'll be able to play with your kids. You'll have all of your energy back and don't worry about it. How much different would life be? How much different would life be? The Path to Healing program, the last one that I opened up was October 3rd. Okay, so now we're in, what are we at? December 21st. So October, November, December. They're now experiencing the shift, the energy. Oh my God, Janine, the energy. Oh my God. Oh, I don't want to say any names, but I have another client in the Path to Healing. She's like, Janine, I'd wake up and my pinky toe would do a hula dance. I hope she's on here listening to how I'm trying to get her accent right. My right pinky toe would do a hula dance every morning. I just sit there and watch it. Well, guess what? Her pinky toe isn't doing that hula dance anymore. The tremor is gone. The tremor is completely gone. Another client just said, Janine, I went to the store. I went to Walmart. And the scooters weren't working, and I had a decision. I was either going to go shopping without a scooter for the first time, or I was going to go home. She's like, I went shopping without the scooter. I had great energy, and then at the end of my shopping, I realized that I needed something on the other side of the store, and I was like, yeah, I got the energy. I'm going to freaking do it. She goes, I just got home an hour ago. I still have energy. This was on yesterday, Tuesday's coaching call. We have it at 3 o'clock Eastern time. It is amazing what happens to your body when you begin to kill the virus. You got to do all the things all the time, and that's what we're doing here on the Live at 5. So we started with the first part of the protocol last week, the lemon water and the celery juice. Today we're talking about the heavy metal. Now I want you to, just in case you're just jumping on right now, you do the lemon water and the celery juice for at least a month. Get your body to a point where you know exactly how it affects you. You know you're going through your peaks and valleys, you're taking breaks, and you're like, all right, I'm ready to add something new. Then you add the heavy metal detox smoothie in the morning. Well, I do it in the morning. You actually can do it any time of the day, but being gluten-free, dairy-free, and egg-free, breakfast is a pain in the ass. Unless you're on the Vans gluten-free waffles, the blueberry, oh my freaking God, they're so good. You don't want to do them every morning either. So I do the heavy metal detox smoothie for breakfast most days. Some days I do ice cream. Some days I'm just having a morning and I just do and sometimes I don't even do the celery juice. Sometimes I do the lemon water, right? And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, I'm making coffee and I'm getting a pint of ice cream, and the little boy is still sleeping. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to drink my coffee, and I'm going to eat my ice cream. I tell people all the time, you don't force yourself to go, 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 go. Because if you don't pick a day to rest, your body's going to pick a day for you to rest. And some days you need ice cream for breakfast. God damn it, some days you do. That was me last week. It happens often. But that's how much this protocol allows for you. And it's not just my protocol and what I say. It's what the medical medium talks about. It's what your body needs to do something, to change lifestyles. You don't have to live deprived. You don't have to go, oh my God, every day for the rest of my goddamn life, I'm going to have to wake up and have lemon water and celery juice and the heavy metal detox smoothie and gluten and dairy-free and egg-free. Blah, blah, blah. No, you go crazy. The one thing you really must do is the gluten-free. You absolutely must do that, and it has to be 100%. It can't even be the tiniest bit. It can't even be a friggin' crouton. That's enough to feed the virus and set you back to square one. That's why on the calendar, I don't know if you can see it up there, all of my clients, we have marked down the last time they ate gluten, because after years of doing this, I know now to mark it down on the calendar, because every time I'll have a client going, oh my God, Janine, oh my God, the energy, this is so different. I can't believe I'm feeling the first time in my life this is happening. I go, okay, hold on, let's go to the calendar. And we go and we count the weeks from the last time they ate gluten. And it's always between 8, 9, and 10 weeks. Always, but you have to be completely gluten-free. So when you hear me say, you don't have to be so stringent all the time, you don't have to drink the celery juice every friggin' day, you do have to stay gluten-free every single day. The tiniest bit of gluten is going to be enough to feed the virus and set you back. And that's why we have a lot of names on the calendar that are circled and then crossed off, because even if you have a little bit of gluten, we start the count all over again. We start it all over again, and we go, okay, we're back to square one. We're at week 1 right now, but that's okay, because in 8, 9, 10 weeks, you're going to feel the shift and we're going to be back again. And I want you to understand that there has not been a client yet who has, including myself, like, we're human. There hasn't been anyone yet who has started out gluten-free or started to go gluten-free and hasn't accidentally glutenized themselves. That's my coined word. When you accidentally eat gluten, accidentally glutenize themselves. It happens because it's an evolution. You can't just wake up one morning and go, oh, I'm never going to eat gluten, dairy, or eggs again, and I'm going to drink celery juice and lemon water, and I'm going to do everything perfectly tomorrow. That's not the way this works, which is why the Path to Healing program is a 4-month program. I don't promise that you're going to be completely healed in 4 months, but what I do promise is we are going to evolve over those 4 months to be gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. You're not going to feel deprived at all. I don't feel deprived ever. I just had ice cream for breakfast the other morning. Yeah, it was gluten-free and dairy-free. It was sea salt caramel. It was freaking delicious. Actually, the name of the brand was So Delicious. Literally, So Delicious is the name of the brand. And it's dairy-free and it's all gluten-free. It's so freaking good. I had pizza the other night. I had a grilled cheese sandwich the other day. I found this new cheese, CIAO. Kind of like chow, but not really. CIAO is the name of the cheese. It freaking melts, and it doesn't taste or look like an infection when it does melt, like all the other dairy-free cheeses. I had a grilled cheese that looked like a grilled cheese and tasted like a grilled cheese. And yes, I know, I've been gluten-free for 14 years, and you're like, what do you know? You don't even remember what gluten tastes like. No, I know, you're right, I don't. But I have a 20-year-old son, right? And I go, come here, Christopher, come here, I need you to taste this. He's like, oh God, Mom, what now? And I go, look at this. He's like, great, it's a grilled cheese, very nice. I'm like, it is very nice. I toasted it perfectly. I need you to taste it. He goes, okay, why? I'm like, because it's gluten-free bread and that's not actually cheese. It's dairy-free shit. And I think it tastes like cheese, and I want you to tell me if it actually does. And he tastes it and he goes, wow, Yeah. I said, if I gave that to you and I didn't tell you anything about it, he's like, I'd eat it. It's really good. It's a grilled cheese. I'm like, could you be a little bit more excited or maybe a little excited about that? He's like, no, man, I got to go to work. I'll see you later. And that's how that goes. I test everything against a 20-year-old because my 16-year-old daughter, she has the virus. So she eats like me, unfortunately. So we test everything with Christopher. So I branched off. I'm sorry. All right. So we're going back. What did I say I was going to talk about? The heavy metals. Okay, so yes, the heavy metals we talked about before on the myelin, heavy metals, the Epstein-Barr, feeding on the heavy metals. Your immune system is now attacking the Epstein-Barr virus, right? Now, by the way, when you get an MRI, that's what they see. They don't see what I just described, all of those different layers. They see this, they see your myelin, and they see your immune system attacking. They don't see the virus, they don't see the heavy metals, not on the MRI. So, when you go to an MRI and they go, oh, your scans came back, your MS is active, you get scared shitless, am I right? You're like, oh my God, and they go, you have to go on the steroids, you have to do this, right? And they start the whole process, the whole cycle of fear starts. How many times I went through that? How many times we've all gone through that? What they're seeing on those scans is this, your myelin, and your immune system attacking right here. And they're like, oh my God, it's active. First of all, your MS is your immune system attacking the myelin, which that's all they can see. They don't see the heavy metals, and they don't see the virus feeding on the heavy metals because an MRI can't pick that up. So when they say your MS is active, you know your immune system is fighting the virus that is feeding on the heavy metals, that is residing on your myelin, that is creating the scar underneath all of that. If there's any questions, please let me know. So when they say your MS is active, no, it just means that your immune system is attacking the virus as it should be. One more thing, when you do get an MRI, never ever get the contrast. The contrast, gadolinium is what they call it, the contrast. You know, they inject it into your veins so that they could see everything better, they say. Don't ever get that. The reason why I say don't ever, well, my recommendation is to never get that. I'm not a doctor or certified in anything, so I can't give medical advice. What I have learned about the gadolinium, let me rephrase that. What I've learned about the gadolinium is that it is a concoction of heavy metals. So every time you were to get an MRI in the past with the contrast, you got an exacerbation. Everybody does. And the reason why you did, they say, is because, well, it's very stressful, and stress, causes an exacerbation. No. You fed the virus feverishly. You fed the virus so well with all of those heavy metals being injected right into your veins. So they could just tell you, you have MS. No, you have a virus. Never, ever. My recommendation would be to never ever get the gadolinium, the contrast in the MRIs. So, okay, moving along. We're still in the heavy metals. The heavy metal, yes, it resides on the myelin in your body. But also, when the virus feeds on the heavy metals, the virus is an organism. It's a living organism, just like we are. We eat, we consume, we digest, we poop, right? So does the virus. The virus is a living organism, just like any other living organism, just like us. The virus feeds. We know what it feeds on, the heavy metals, the gluten, the dairy, the eggs. When the virus feeds on the heavy metals, it digests and it poops. That waste matter, that poop, is now supercharged with the heavy metals. Now, stay with me. Do you know how every symptom you've ever gotten since your diagnosis has been, oh, well, you have MS, it's an MS symptom. There's probably like pages and pages of MS symptoms, right, that are possible. The reason why the symptoms are so different and off the charts, everyone has a different MS, the reason is because everyone has a different concoction of heavy metals in their body. I might have copper and cadmium and lead and gold, while somebody else might have a shit ton of aluminum, and I can't even think of all the different ones. Someone else is going to have a different concoction. We all have a different recipe of heavy metals because we all have different experiences. We all go different places and come in contact with different things. Depending on the concoction of heavy metals, shit, I just realized it's 5:43 and I was going to do, all right. Sorry, I was going to do the after party. We can still do the after party. We're just going to be late. So, Everyone has a different concoction of heavy metals. Depending on what concoction of heavy metals that you have in your body, the virus is going to eat them, and the poop is going to be supercharged with that certain concoction that now is going to give you different symptoms than somebody else's Epstein-Barr virus that fed on a different concoction. So the medical medium goes through all of this in his books. If you have this metal, and this metal in your body, then the Epstein-Barr is going to eat it and poop out, and your reaction to that, your immune system reaction to that, is going to be a dermatoxin, and it's going to be labeled as psoriasis. Or Joe Schmo over there might have a completely different concoction of heavy metals, and his virus eats the metals, poops it out, and his reaction is eczema. Every skin irritation rash that we have is a reaction to the Epstein-Barr poop. It's the waste matter that is getting excreted, that our lymphatic system is trying to get out of our bodies. That's what our bodies are reacting to, and that's why we have skin irritations. It's because of the heavy metals, the concoction. Those, not just the skin irritations, there are so many other, like the brain fog and the different vibrations, like someone's vibrating here, somebody's vibrating there, somebody's vibrating from the belly button down, someone's from the boobs down. The reason is the heavy metals and the specific concoction of heavy metals that you have in your body. In addition to that, I know I'm throwing a lot of information at you today. In addition to that, there are over 65 different strains of the Epstein-Barr virus, ranging in very mild to very aggressive. So, you have 65 different strains. Every strain is a little bit different. Every body is a little bit different with the amount of heavy metals that they have in their body. Depending on what strain you have that's eating the specific concoction of heavy metals that you have in your body is going to give you a very specific set of reactions that you're going to take to the doctor, and the doctor is going to label as eczema, psoriasis, all these different, like, oh, well, you have MS, so that's why this is happening. All of this is due to the different heavy metals that are in your body. I don't want to scare you, because our bodies are absolutely designed to get rid of the heavy metals and to get rid of all the crap that we come in contact with. We just have to give our bodies what it needs to do that. One of those things is the heavy metal detox smoothie. It daily, every day, gently and safely picks up the heavy metals from your body and removes them so that the virus has less and less to feed on. Now, we're going to wrap it all up here. Remember, the virus is feeding, right? You want to bring your viral load down so that your immune system doesn't have so much to attack. If you don't feed this virus, let's say this is the virus, right? You don't feed it. You're not giving it gluten, dairy, eggs. You're removing the heavy metals. This virus is like, Jesus Christ, this used to be a really nice place to live with all this food, right? It used to be very strong. It duplicates all the time. It has this beautiful smoke screen around it that it built around it so that your immune system knows that it's there still, but can't find it because it can't see it. Like an octopus inks in the ocean to get away from its predators. The Epstein-Barr virus does something very similar. It puts out a smoke screen so that your immune system can't see it. It knows it's there, but it can't see it. It can't tag it as an invader. So your immune system, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, is on the lookout. It's on the attack. It's constantly working. The more you starve this virus, the less able it is to put out that smoke screen. Now your body is able to kill it and get rid of it because of all the things that you're doing with this protocol. It's getting rid of it. It's flushing it out every single day. The virus, because it's so weak, it's not replicating as quickly. So now, as your body is attacking it, right, you're killing it on contact. You're helping out your immune system with the celery juice because the celery juice kills it on contact. You're helping your liver detox all of the dead corpse of the virus out every day with that lemon water. You're doing all the things all the time. Guess what? The viral load is going down and down and down. And all of a sudden your immune system is like, oh my God, I have all this extra free time. Let me start going doing this. And let me, maybe take a break for a little while. And maybe I'll start going doing some other things that I haven't gotten around to in the last couple of years. That's when you feel the shift. That's when you feel the energy and you're like, oh my God, something has shifted. Why it's around 8, 9, or 10 weeks, like I mentioned before, that's when everyone feels the shift. It's because the life cycle of the Epstein-Barr virus, it's only 6 weeks. It only lives for 6 weeks. It only lives for 6 weeks. But in that 6 weeks, it's being fed and it's replicating. It's duplicating in numbers all the time. And it's able to go through your body without any problems because your immune system can't see it because it's wrapped in that shield. So, as you starve this virus and it becomes weaker, the shield isn't there. It can't produce the shield because it's too weak. The numbers, it doesn't replicate. The numbers start to go down. Your immune system starts to go up. Now, 6 weeks, right? The viral load is really coming down because in that 6 weeks, it hasn't been replicating. So the numbers are going down and down. 6 weeks, it's dying. Takes your body a couple weeks to get rid of the dead virus, to like really eliminate the dead virus, which is why you've probably been told the same thing. When my husband had COVID, they said even when your symptoms are gone, you're still going to test positive because the dead virus is still going to show up as a positive. It takes your body a number of weeks to get rid of all the dead virus. So it's the same thing with MS. It's the same thing with the Epstein-Barr virus. Even though the virus is dead inside you, it's going to take a couple weeks for your body to flush that out. That's why it's 8, 9, 10 weeks, and you're from the last time you ate gluten, because gluten really feeds that virus. 8, 9, 10 weeks from the time you start doing all the things all the time. Lemon water, celery juice, heavy metal detox smoothie, gluten-free, dairy-free, egg-free. Those are all the things all the time. And don't forget to hydrate yourself. You can't not drink any water and expect your body to be able to get rid of shit. You can't. You have to be drinking a lot of water. And by a lot of water, half a gallon. That's like the average. Of course, more people need more. Some people need less. Go for a half a gallon every day. Once you're doing all those things all the time, the virus begins to die. Your immune system begins to be revived. You start feeling the energy, and that's when the healing really begins to happen. So that's my lesson on heavy metals. I want to go into, 50 minutes. I'm so sorry. I try to get these things down much quicker, but all of a sudden I look at the clock and 45 minutes went by. All right, so any questions in here? Hello, everybody. I can imagine that the nutrient contact in 2022 is minuscule now, right, Quinn? Cynthia says, hi, Janine. Hello, Cynthia. I'm off today, so I got to join. Yay, I'm so glad. I love when you post in there. You're like, I'm working, can't make it, but you always catch the recording. You're awesome. May had the heavy metal detox smoothie right before the live at 5. Yummy. I'm so glad you like it, right? It's delicious, and you can add whatever you want to it to make it even better. I was supposed to make a smoothie before I got on here. I haven't even had mine yet. So you know what? Some days you get to do it in the morning. Some days just you do it whenever. I'll probably have mine for dinner tonight. Wanda says she loves the heavy metal smoothie. Good. Cynthia, do we have to drink the 32 ounces of the heavy metal detox smoothie per day? Is 18 to 24 ounces okay? Absolutely, absolutely. I don't drink the 32 ounces a day. That's insane. That's a lot, right? If you like it and you want to, that's awesome. I make however much my blender can hold. So I have the, not the NutriBullet. I can't think of the name right now. Is it the NutriBullet? It's not the NutriBullet. Whatever. However much my blender cup can hold, that's how much I make. And I drink that every day. Mostly every day. It's like 6 days a week. There's always a day that I don't get to it. Wanda says I use, so yeah, if you're doing it every day, you don't have to do 32 ounces. And even if you're not doing it every day, you don't have to do the 32 ounces. It's a lot to take in. Usually I say when you're healing, yeah, do the 32 ounces in the beginning. But even then, if you can't do the 32 ounces, I'd rather you just get something in every day or most days of the week than nothing at all. So do what you can do. And if you need ice cream for breakfast, do it. Wanda says about 1 cup orange juice water with the other stuff. Yeah, a cup of orange juice. I do that. It's very, I used to juice an orange and then put it in there. I don't do that anymore. I just use like a Tropicana right in there, sweetens it up. It's delicious. The sugar from the banana and the orange juice, those two fruits aren't in there to remove the heavy metals. The medical medium explains this. The banana and the orange that's in that smoothie, it's just there for the sugar. We're not taught this, but the sugar, the fructose in fruits is what actually carries the nutrients in your body and gets them where they need to go. So if you don't like the orange juice or the banana, some people are like, I hate bananas. One trick to the bananas, I like them better frozen than fresh. Fresh bananas in any smoothie, it's too banana-y. I always freeze my bananas. So I buy a whole bunch at one time. They start to ripen. I chop them up, stick them in a Ziploc bag. They go in the freezer, pull some out, stick it in the smoothie. I like the taste of frozen bananas much better than regular bananas. However, you don't have to use bananas. Use something else. Use a different fruit. Like I said, it's just there for the fructose. Oh, hey, Jamal. Jamal's watching. Oh, Jamal. Hey. Sorry I'm late, but I'm always going to support this movement. Jamal, I freaking love you. I was late too, by the way. I don't know why. I was on for 4 seconds and then it dropped me. So thanks for joining in. Any questions, let me know. I love the support. I was so happy to hear about Stephanie. She's doing great. That's just the thing, guys. You don't need the coaching. Coaching's awesome. We do it all together. You're in a community of women. You really become close with these women. You're all healing together, and it's a place where you can really be like, today, you know, I mean, we talked about our husbands the other day. So Mondays is for the protocol. We have a coaching call every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Mondays for the coaching call, right? And we talk the protocol. We talk about the protocol. Tuesday, it's an open forum. We talk about the soul, the matters of the soul, what we do for self-care. Sometimes we just shoot the breeze, right? Shoot the shit. Tuesdays for the soul, Mondays for the protocol, Tuesdays for the soul. I still got to start using that in marketing materials. And then Thursday, we have like a rotating schedule of vibrational healing. Matt Rowe does mindset coaching. We'll have a live gluten-free cooking demo by Jen Marks. So Thursday's a rotation. But we are together 3 days a week. But my point is, if you're the kind of person who likes to do it with a community, great. It's there for you. It's called Path to Healing. We open it up 3-4 times a year. But if you're the kind of person who's like, just give me the information, I'll do it by myself, that's what this is for. I left my hydro flask in my car. I remembered that 2 minutes before I came down here to do this. So that's what this group is for, to give you all the information that you need to heal your body without having to pay for it. Hopefully, eventually, this information is going to be taught in schools, but until it's not, I'm going to be shouting it from the rooftops, or at least from Facebook, and telling you exactly how to heal yourself, because it's possible. It's a friggin' virus, and as long as you know how to kill the virus, you're going to kill your symptoms, and you're going to live a normal, happy, energetic, healthy life. They're going to teach us this one day, but while we're in that transition of going from autoimmune disease to holy shit, it's just a virus and this is how you kill it, while we're in that transition in the medical industry, I'm here to give you all of the information for free. And if you want coaching, yes, that's how I make my living. That is how I'm going to make money, on my time, my coaching, but not the information. I'm never going to hold it hostage. So all the information from today and all the past Live at Fives and all the future Live at Fives, I put on YouTube. Minding Your Soul has a YouTube channel. All the information is in there. If you just go back and you watch all of the videos, yeah, it's time consuming, but it's a lot of information. All the information is in there. If you want to go online, I think I still have the protocol purchase available online. I don't know. It's been a lot lately. I haven't been on my website. You can buy the protocol and read, okay, step 1, do this, step 2, do this, and there's a video, and there's PDFs, and there's all that information. You can buy that. I kept that real cheap. It's like, I think it's just over $100. I don't know. I did that last year. I think it's like $125. There are multiple different ways to heal, but there's never an excuse not to heal. Never, ever, because all the information is free. Whether you do it alone, whether you do it with a group of people, whether you do it in my group, in Path to Healing, and pay me to walk you through and get the whole mind, body, and soul experience. There are so many ways that you can heal. You don't have to be sick. Working with Catherine, the vibrational healer, and working on my own personal programs. Listen, don't let me keep you guys. That's all the information that I was going to give on the heavy metal detox smoothie. So if you're like, all right, Janine, just stop talking and give me the information. That's all the information I was going to give. So if you want to jump off, I totally understand. Now I'm going to just be talking about personal stuff. So my programs that I didn't know that were running in my subconscious were, I'm stuck and I'm unlovable and there's no one to help. Those were my programs that Catherine and I worked on for years to get rid of. All of those clearings that she does. Those were my programs. That's the reason why the wording that I use in the marketing materials is, you can heal, you do have options, and I will show you how. Because those were the things that took me 10 years to learn. That I felt like I didn't have any options. Here I am with an MS diagnosis. My husband left. I have 2 small kids. I have no options. Now I have a ton of options. Everyone has options. I have no choices. There are no choices in my life. No, I have a ton of choices now that I know that it's just a virus. I had choices then. I have choices now, but I didn't know that back then. There's no one to help me. There was no one to help me. There was no one to say, it's just a virus and this is how you kill it. So that's what I became. Because I couldn't find her, I became her. That's why I do what I do for you guys, so that nobody has to go through the suffering that I went through 14 years ago, laying in that bed. This little office that I have right here is a corner of my room. I still have the same bed that I had 14 years ago when I was paralyzed, laying there staring at the ceiling going, oh my God, God, please show me a way. And if you show me a way, I will spend the rest of my life showing everybody else how to heal. And that's what I do now. And that's why I give a little something to everybody. If you're like me, single parent and $0 to spend on a coach, fine. Watch these videos. I'm going to give you all the information. Go heal. Go do it. Go heal. If I could do it with zero money, living as a single parent with 2 kids, you're doing everything in the produce aisle. Everything you need is in the produce aisle and Amazon. Now it's Memory with the barley grass juice powder and the spirulina. You can't get that in the produce aisle. And it's expensive, right? But one little thing lasts for months. So it's a little bit of an investment. But I still healed about 60% of the way without that. It can be done, and there's no reason why it can't be done. And that's why when I decided to make this a business, I was not going to hold anything hostage. I was going to make sure that the single parents out there who had no money to spend can still heal. And the people who have a little bit more luxury and have some money to spend, there's an option for you too. You want to do it with a group of people and do it all together and have me coach you through the way, I'll do that. So what I'm asking of you, whether or not you're taking all this information and you're doing it on your own, whether or not you're in the Path to Healing program or somewhere in between, please pass this information along. It doesn't even have to be my information. Plant the seed in other people and let them know that MS, all autoimmune diseases actually, are just a virus. It's the Epstein-Barr virus. Go do your research. You can kill it. You can heal. The best thing that you can do is be the example for people so that they go, oh my God, it can be done. Look, she did it. Look, he did it. Okay, I'm going to go do it. That's what people need, an example of that it can be done. Because when you're going through it and there's no one that you know who has healed, you're like, this isn't going to work. This never is going to work. You know, who's it worked for? We need to build the library of evidence so that when people are in the valleys and they're going through their trenches and their mind is fucking with them, they can go, wait a second. All of these people healed, and there's no reason why I can't. We're giving them hope. We're giving them faith. All right, I'm on a soapbox. I hear it. I know. I'm going to stop. All right, let me just check the comments before we go. Make sure. Erica says, I hate those words. Your MS, right? Your MS. Not my MS. It's nobody's MS. It's a fucking virus. Oh, my God. Sorry. It's the mood today. Erica says, I don't want it. I didn't choose it. It's not mine. Exactly. Keep that. That's a great mantra. Natalie says, hi, Janine. I try not to call it my MS. I try not to take ownership of my MS. Exactly. It's not your MS. It's not your anything. You got a body. It's got a virus. Kill it. Move on. That's it. That's me making a non-emotional light of it. Arden says, I don't talk about my symptoms. I try to explain to people that it just reinforces the dis-ease. Exactly. Talk about the good shit. Don't talk about the negative shit. I'm dealing with the negative shit. Right now, I'm focusing on the good shit. That's awesome, Arden. Quinn, shout it like a badass. I love that. Yes, shout it out. That's the mood I'm in this week. I'm just shouting everything. Ask my husband. Thank you, Quinn. Wanda says, can we get in on the other forums? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Yes, Wanda. I just canceled Jackson's surgery. So he was supposed to have surgery the last week of January. And there's no way that he's having surgery on his little penis. The tube doesn't go where it's supposed to. There's actually, the tube goes down instead of going out. So he had to get redirected. He's going to kill me one day for talking about his penis in front of all of these people. But whatever. This is just what's going on. So I canceled that surgery because honestly, when you put him on the changing table, he's 9 months old. He doesn't sit still for 2 minutes. You put him on the changing table to change his diaper and you have to hold him down. I can't imagine him having a catheter in there for a week. So anyway, my point is, now that I don't have that surgery to deal with at the end of January, I think what I'm going to do is the first week in February, do a workshop, give out all the information every single day, Monday through Friday, and then open up the Path to Healing enrollments either the second or the third week in February. I'll start advertising that in the group. So if you want to get in on the Path to Healing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, body, mind, and soul, do the whole thing, accelerate the healing, great. February, it's going to be a sign up. I'll start advertising in the group real soon, after Christmas. I'm not going to do anything until after Christmas. No, Cynthia, thank you. So grateful for you. I'm very grateful for you and everybody else in this group. I can't tell you how many people come to me and say, oh, you know what? I talked to so-and-so. I gave them the information. They started on it and they're starting to feel better. We just need to plant the seed and get this information out. All right. Quinn, G. Troutman, patron saint. No, I'm just someone who was really sick, who's not anymore, and I don't want anyone to feel the way I did. I don't want anyone to ever suffer the way I did. It's completely unnecessary. You want to call me a saint? My ego likes it, though. Thanks, Quinn. Erica, thank you, Janine. I have my last therapy client of the day. She has lupus. I'm trying to pass this information along. Awesome. Erica brings up a really good point. Lupus, autoimmune disease. You know what happens in lupus? It's your body reacting to the neurotoxin, right? The dermatoxin that the Epstein-Barr virus is creating. The Epstein-Barr virus is responsible for all autoimmune diseases. It's all over the medical medium books. You can read about it. You can watch my videos. All autoimmune diseases, there's no such thing. It's your body attacking the Epstein-Barr virus, and there's no such thing as your body wrongly attacking itself. There's just no such thing. LOL, baby doesn't know yet. Yeah, Natalie, I think you're commenting. Yeah, he doesn't know yet, so I could still talk about his penis in front of like 1,600 people in the group. Oh my god, and on YouTube too, because this goes on YouTube. But he's only 9 months old, so he won't know anything by the time he's older. He'll never go back to these videos. But yeah, we're going to wait until he's a little bit older to do that video, or do that surgery, because I'm thinking he needs to be able to lay down like in front of the TV and recover and rest and stay still. And at 9 months old, when he's crawling all over the place, I can't keep him still. I can't imagine a catheter in there and having to keep him still. That just, it sounds like torture for him and for us. So, all right, guys. You know what we're not doing today? We're not doing the after party. So I'm going to get better at that. There's got to be another way to do it, because I never want to stop giving you the information so that we can jump on Zoom. So I don't think anyone signed up for it anyway, but we're going to figure out a way where we can all get together and do coaching. Maybe it'll be a separate day of the week, because I keep telling myself I'm going to talk less and I never do, because I don't want to stop the information and then head over to Zoom. Anyway, all right, it's been an hour. My voice is done. I'm going to go have my heavy metal detox smoothie and maybe more ice cream. It was great talking to you guys. If you're watching the recording and you still have questions, put them in the comments. If you're on YouTube, you can still put them in the comments. I still get notified. If you want more information, if you guys want to schedule a free consultation, mindingyoursoul.com, free consultation. If you already had a free consultation, do a follow-up session. They're $30, right? So there's always options out there. Ask me questions, get started, but do it. It's absolutely possible. Ready? You do have choices. You can heal, and I'm here to show you how. I think I'm going to finish every Live at 5 with that. All right, guys, you have a great day. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, whatever you're celebrating this week. Have a great celebration. Enjoy your family. I don't think I'm doing a Live at 5. I closed down Path to Healing for the week between Christmas and New Year's, because we all need that week to just like clean the house and just get ready for the new year. Catherine Rose, though, is doing a free clearing on New Year's Day, and I will put that in the group. Arden. Oh, thank you. Arden says, I will hold that Jackson's condition corrects. If he does need surgery, then speedy recovery. Arden, I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a great week, and I'll probably see you in 2 weeks if I don't see you on a consultation before. Have a great one. Bye.